Hi, I'm Joe Walensky from Blink, and I'm speaking with many of the presenters from our upcoming ConveyUX event, which will be in Seattle in February. And today I'm speaking with Phillip Hunter. Hello, Phillip. How are you?
Hi, Joe. I'm really good. Thanks for having me today.
And where are you speaking to us from?
I'm over in Redmond, just across the lake from Seattle, so pretty close by.
All right. Well, if you're not familiar with Philip, he practices and evangelizes experience and interaction design at Microsoft. He's engineered the overhaul of UX strategies at companies like Intervoice and also Speech Cycle. And Philip's topic for the conference is right experience, right people. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about your interest in that and what you'll be talking about?
Sure. Thanks, Joe. I've been practicing design and user experience for about 15 years now, and um, over the course of that time, there's two really big things that have come to light for me. One is that we have to work harder than we think we do to actually get at great experiences, and secondly is that we have to that part of getting the right experience design and getting it out there is more of a people problem than that is a practice problem. And what I mean by that is that we can't just we're still in such the early stage of what we're doing here, what we're doing with design and technology, that we can't assume that people know all the right things to do, or that people who call themselves designers are necessarily the only right people to be working toward a great user experience. Over the course of maybe the past 5 to 6 years, those sorts of thoughts have really um, grown for me and have become almost a bigger obsession at some times than actually getting design work done. So not that I haven't done a lot of that too, but I like to step back and sort of look at the meta level or the models that are in place, and I don't just mean static models that we draw of organizations or mental models or things like that, but really the sort of the dynamic models that are in place when context and people are in play. In the talk that I'll be giving in February, I'm really going to try to marry these two topics in a way that I think will speak to sort of both sides of the equation. And one of those sides is what we think about when we think about the word experience and what that means for people in their everyday use of the products that we create. And the other side of that is how do we attack the need to solve these problems or create great experiences with the people and the organizations that we have today. And again, to sort of dive into both of those, I feel like we underestimate or overlook is even a better word, some of the things that are available to us, but not necessarily things that are in our first line of sight or first round of thoughts when we're going to go after a particular opportunity. Um, and so, not to give away everything for February because I want people to be excited about coming. But I have a model. I have two models really that I'll be presenting. One is about how do we take the vast range of contextual information that we have available to us when we're designing for an experience, and really frame that in a way that we can actually do something about it. So if we think about all of um, the myriad details that are present in a location, in a set of activities, and in the people that will be in those locations and be doing those activities, there's really too much for us to try to grasp. We talk about having empathy, and it's really, really important, but there's no way we can have empathy for each and every single person who's going to touch our product or try to use our product. So we have to find ways of organizing and perceiving that information in aggregate that is not just around personas, not just around scenario details, but is really more deeply focused on the context. So that's one model I'll be talking about. And that's on the that's on the side of the equation where the users live. And the other side of the equation is all the people who get the work done, people who are researching it, who are designing it, who are building it. And often traditionally we have been stuck in the evolution of what I think of as role-based organizations, where companies define a job very narrowly, and they want you to come in and fit that exact job. What we're moving to in the future is really more of a work focused organization. So where the organization identifies the important things that need to get done, and then enables anyone who works for them to contribute towards those things in whatever way they think is taking advantage of their skills. So not necessarily by title or by role or by traditional role, but more around I identify with this thing that needs to be done, with this piece of this thing that needs to be done, and I want to step forward and contribute there because I have the skills, I have insights about that, and I can potentially make a difference where there maybe no one else in the organization who can make the same difference. And so I present that in the sense of both assessing and understanding what the corporate or what the organization is made of, whether it's small or big, and then understanding the jobs that need to be done and how good you are at them and how good you need to be in the future. And that makes up the side of the equation of people who are delivering these experiences.
All right, great. Well, thanks for taking a few minutes to give us a preview, and we will see you at the event in February.
Thanks a lot, Joe. Appreciate it.